Welcome to your next step up the self-publishing mountain.
I'm Matilda Swift, author of quintessentially British cozy mysteries.
And I'm Samantha Cummings, author of young adult books about magic, myths and monsters.
I've written the books,
Changed their covers,
tweaked their blurbs,
tried tools from a dozen ads courses.
and I'm still not seeing success.
Now, we're working together to plot and plan our way from barely making ends meet to pulling in a living wage.
Join us on our journey where we'll be mastering the pen to snag that paycheck.
Hello and welcome to Pen to Paycheck Authors Podcast. I'm Samantha Cummings, here with my co-host Matilda Swift, and we're here to write our way to financial success. We're two indie authors with over 24 books between us and still a long way to go towards the quit the day job dream. If that sounds familiar, listen along for our Mastery Through Missteps journey. Each week we cover a topic to help along the way, and this week we're talking about relaunching a series. But before we get into that, what are your wins and whinges of the week?
I feel like I've done a million things since we last spoke, but most of what I've done is like sit in my parents' basement flat and write a book. So actually I haven't done a million things, but it feels like I have because I've been so intensely in the book. So I've done a good amount of writing, but not as much as I would have wanted. I was by myself, which is not as productive as being with other people and sort of being a bit bullied, but also I hadn't had time to plan it before I started, so I lost a bit of time to that. So I'm sort of on schedule, but then I was absolutely exhausted is my whinge. I was just like emotionally and physically exhausted. Spent all of yesterday just like doing nothing on the sofa, not even getting my nails done, which means I chipped a big chip out of a nail today, even though I'm heading to Bear Island. I'm meant to be like a fancy 1920s lady. Like a mystery writer where Agatha Christie used to go on holiday and she set books. And apparently people walk around all the time in 1920s outfits, just like everywhere they go. So I'm very excited.
Amazing.
But yeah, now I've got to chip my nails, I didn't have time to fix. Devastating. But I think it's a reminder chip that just says like you need to make sure you're taking more time to relax. So I will do that. I'm going to try and relax fully when I'm on Bear Island. Only there for one night, just for a very, very nice fancy black tie dinner that my brother got me for my birthday a year and a half ago. And yeah, after that, I come back and we are running our retreat, which I keep thinking, I don't know why I've called it retreat. It couldn't be less of a retreat. We need to change this branding for the next one. It's it's like a workshop series.
It's a workshop,
but,
yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing that. So I'm very looking forward to it, but it feels like it's like I'm getting this holiday out of the way first. How about you?
I have had a crazy week in that, same as you, completely emotionally and physically drained. I had to take 2 days off work because I woke up on a Wednesday and I just thought I can't go into my day job. I'm so tired and I didn't want to push through and then get ill because next week is far more important than like last week was. So I just thought I'll just have a couple of sofa days, and even though I felt bad for kind of landing them in it because it was a busy week. But it's nice to remind them why I'm important.
I've had a lot of busy weeks recently, and like yeah.
And so every time I'm off work for any reason, it's like my boss is like, "Oh yeah, actually you're very important, and please don't do that." So that's a nice reminder. So I'm kind of like, I had like a bad week in terms of being exhausted, and also was dealing with some money things, which was emotionally draining as well. But my win of the week is that I feel like I have more emotional resilience when it comes to money because I got through the issue that I had. And I talked about it in our Discord about just some bills that came up that I wasn't expecting. And I feel like I dealt with it better than I've ever dealt with it before, which wasn't great, but it was still better. I still had a tantrum, but
it felt great in that you were really able to come and be very open. Like I am not very good at that. If I was having money problems, I'd be like, never tell anyone. Die in poverty without telling anyone.
That's the thing. Like I wanted to be open because I feel less stupid when I tell people. Because when if I keep it to myself, I actually feel more stupid. And then when I talk to other people, they say things like, "Oh, that happened to me," or like, "Yeah, that sucks, but I'm sure it'll be fine." And then people give you advice. And like, even though I didn't need advice, it was just nice to have like other people.
But it's advice rallying. That says like, I have been there before. I have done that thing. Now I know how to fix it.
Yeah. So that was really like a nice thing to come out of it. And I also am very proud of myself for taking the time off work when I could have gone in, because it feels good to recognize when I'm too tired to push through.
Yeah.
So big whinges, but big wins. And they are completely just emotional based, and
Yeah.
and not even like writing based, because I had like great editing. I feel like I've creatively been really good. I feel really alive in my creativity. But that doesn't feel like important
But
to talk about.
I feel like, yeah, I think it's interesting that, like, I think a lot of stuff that we hear about in the indie author community is about burnout. And I feel like I am very trying to be really sensitive to not burning out. And it sounds like you are as well. It's just like kind of trying to recognize when I'm having a day where it's like, oh, if I keep going, it won't be better. It will be worse.
Yes.
So I just need to say today is not happening. Because really, yesterday, I didn't do anything. I didn't do any writing, and I was meant to do quite a lot of writing. And the day before, I did very minimal writing, and then I spent time socializing, which, like, you know, in the past I might have been really annoyed about and been like, oh, why have I committed to these things? And one of them, I was like, I had committed to it. And it was like we firmly penciled it in, but I had said, you know, and this person had said, like, oh, feel free to cancel. Like, I know you're having a really busy week. And I didn't cancel because I knew that I needed some time seeing people. And like, this was a person who, when they'd first got in touch, they wanted to meet up. I was like, I've got 2 slots, 2 evenings this month in which I can meet up. Are you free either of those? And I was like, that is a sign to me that I need to make sure I am doing social things. And it's a person that I always feel better after seeing. So I was like, I want to take time to do that. And I was already starting to feel really tired. So I feel like the stress of not having enough words at the moment is manageable more than the stress of having pushed through those days and just done all the words, because I would then not be able to enjoy this holiday. And my big win is I am today heading to Burr Island. So excited. Yes, so, and I want to feel like that's a fun, exciting thing to do, not I'm dying and I need to sleep at a very fancy expensive hotel that was a gift.
I think we've both done very well this week of managing and muddling through, not managing through, we muddled through stuff and we feel better for it. I think that is
doing us a disservice. I think we both made smart choices.
Okay. Yeah. I felt like I was muddling through, but
I think you've got a lot going on and you're just making smart choices in like a, you know, I'm going to give a short analogy, but it feels like you're in a battle sometimes and just like you don't quite know where the next hit's going to come from. And if you are the one who's like constantly fighting off all the hits, like no one will be like, oh, that gladiator just muddling through. You're like, no, you're just like able to defend any blow, regardless of where it came from or what happened. That is the skill.
Okay, so I feel a lot better with. I like that analogy. It makes me feel strong.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
I think we should do. I think it's been a tricky week. But like not even a particularly tricky week, right? It's been like a tricky week in like this is a tricky career with like blows from all directions.
Yes.
But we're talking about something completely different this week. It's a very Sam-focused episode because we've got very exciting news. We are talking about a series relaunching.
Yes.
Why are we talking about that?
Let me tell you. So, if you are only just tuning in and you've not listened to previous episodes, I recently changed my pen name, and I have got an old series under my old pen name, which I'm very eager to bring under my new pen name.
And it's a complete series.
And it's a completed series, and it feels like it's a disservice to leave it under the old pen name where I effectively don't want to be putting more effort and energy and money into trying to get people over there. So, yes, a business strategy to bring it under my new pen name, which means that it's kind of like working for my current business instead of like a hang-on from the past. And so I need to, and what I've been doing is thinking about like having to like do new covers and getting the opportunity to rewrite blurbs and maybe do a little bit more editing on them and repackaging the whole thing and basically getting to start from scratch and talk about this series like it's a new thing, which like you hardly ever get to do. With an old series, you kind of feel like once a series is done, like a lot of us think, you forget about it and carry on with your life, and you just think like, well, that's just going to be there forever. So yeah, it's like nice to have the opportunity to think about how to reinvigorate the series, because it's a great series. I love it so much, and when people read it, they always tell me how much they love it, but it's just really difficult right now to get it in front of people, particularly because it's like an old pen name now. So it feels weird to be sending people to go and pick up those books when the name on the books isn't my name. People don't know me for that now. So yeah, I've been spending a lot of time recently thinking about when I'm going to release them, what the process is, how to deal with Amazon in terms of like moving these books, which is by far the hardest mind hurdle to get over is to try and think, how do I get around Amazon with this? Because if you do anything wrong with Amazon, they can just close your account down, and then the battle begins of admin tasks you never wanted to have.
Which is the most likely thing to happen, right? But it's like, and the big issue with it is there's it sounds like one thing where move the books under a different name, but it's one of those one thing tasks that's really 50 things, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
You have to think about the tasks, you have to write them down, then you have to do them all. And it's like, oh, you know what? That's a tomorrow job.
Yeah. So what I did a couple of weeks ago, I've written this out so many times. You know, when you have something that's looming on the horizon and you write a to-do list for it, and then this is I'm talking from personal experience, but I assume that other people do this. And then a couple of weeks later, you think about it and you think, let me redo that to-do list and, see if I still know what I'm doing. And I have done that so many times, written a to-do list of how to rebrand this series. And then I realized if I look through, I've got 5 notebooks in front of me. If I look through any of those notebooks, they will all have at least one to-do list about this series in there, because I just constantly am writing it down, feeling like at some point it'll make sense and I'll just start doing the stuff that I need to do. And I realized recently that actually that's not working for me. So what I did was went to Gemini and I said, listen, Gemini, I am relaunching this series. These are the books. I kind of want to spread it over some time. What are the right steps in order to, to get everything organized? Because I'm not great at managing my time, especially future dates, planning for the future. It just doesn't exist to me. I can't think far ahead in time. I hate it. So Gemini came up with a to-do list, but a scheduled to-do list of no specific dates, because I didn't want specific dates in there, but things like 8 weeks before release, do this. 6 weeks before release, do this. And it gave me a manageable idea of all the things that I would need to do. And it didn't feel like it was a stern telling off, if you're going to pick this date, do these things. It was just these are the things you want to do, and this is an easy way to look at how to do it. And so I put it into a spreadsheet and came up and put it into the order that my brain saw it in. And then yesterday I spent basically the whole day doing stuff to get things prepped. And it's such a huge task. But also, once you start, not that big at all. It is one of those things. It's it takes so much mental prep. And I'm sure I'm not going to do a great job timing wise to build up excitement and get everything done in the way that a quote unquote good author would do. But I'm currently feeling like I feel confident that I can at least have a good enough approach at doing this. Not a perfect one, but just a comfortable, exciting project approach to this thing.
This is my least favourite sort of job, because it's one where you have to do it exactly right, and you're only going to do it once. So you've got no memory of how to do it from the past. You're learning all this stuff to never use again. And that sort of stuff I have a lot of resistance with. I'm just I could be doing other useful things right now. So I can absolutely imagine that people listening to this being well, it's just easy. You just change the name. And it's
no.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately not.
I would hate doing this.
Also, as somebody else did my covers for this series, so I don't want to not use the covers, because the images for the covers are stunning and they're so nice, but the fonts that I used weren't genre specific. They weren't what was expected of the genre. So my intention is to continue to use the artwork that was done for the covers, because I think that they are beautiful and they are in fitting with what you'd expect from the genre. But I want to obviously update the name on the covers and then change the titles to be a different font. And I don't know what I'm allowed to do on these covers, because somebody else did them. So I need to really ask. Well, I have asked my cover designer, am I allowed to do this? Are you okay with me doing this? Because I don't know what our contract said. If we had a contract, I can't even remember, because it was years ago. So I don't know if she's okay with me doing that and changing the design. And I can't find the original just without text design work. So I've had to ask her if she can send that to me, if that's okay. So that's the first hurdle, is trying to figure that side out.
Heard back from her at all?
No, so she's not replied. She is an ADHD girlie like me, so we're very understanding of each other's terrible time management. So I'm going to email her again today and just like remind her, I emailed you. Like either way, like if I can use them, great. If I can't, I've got backup. I know what I can do. I can find to get new covers created, and that's no problem. I just like it's either or, whatever. I'm fine either way, but I do need to know. And then my other issue is that somebody else did my formatting, and she only sent me the final formatted version, which had text amends and spell checking stuff done on those specific files, not my original manuscript. So I spent a lot of yesterday.
Horrible.
Exactly, that's
you know
the
what?
thing.
Never mind, I won't do it.
Yeah, so it sounds so easy, but it's not easy. So I've had to find the latest manuscripts that were already formatted that I got sent from my formatter, and have had to convert them back into a Word document from a PDF, and then put those into my formatting thing, and then basically reformat them. And I did the first book yesterday, and it took me a couple of hours, but it wasn't a killer. I need to go through and I want to go through anyway and spell check and do a bit of grammar checking, because I know that they weren't perfect. So it gives me an opportunity to do that sort of thing. And I also need to create new back copy and do all that. And so it's just it's basically like creating, I'm not writing the book, and I know that the worst task is done, the book's created, and for 99% it's fine, it's done. But it's that other 1% actually accounts for a lot of time. So I'm gonna be
none of them are fun. None of the tasks in the 1% are fun.
It's not the fun stuff. Yeah. So it's re-proofreading and maybe changing some words and finding the new back pages that I need to put in and all that stuff. And I'm so close. I know that when I get the ball rolling, it'll be fine. And I don't think it's going to be that big of a task. I think it's going to be a couple of weekends of work, just doing that solidly. And that's fine. But it's just, there's just so many moving parts that I'm trying to, it's like I'm trying to wrangle bees at the moment. And that's the stage that I'm at. I'm currently just trying to wrangle some bees, and my brain is abuzz with literally every task that I need to do, but I'm enjoying it. I haven't yet put anything up. I haven't put things up for pre-order yet. And I haven't set any
put it up for pre-order, or are you just going to change the name on it though? What is the process for it?
So my process is that I'm going to unpublish the old ones and republish these new ones. And the reason for that
Did you have your ones in paperback?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you going to get dinged for duplicate content then?
Well, the manuscript will be updated, so there are going to be some changes to the actual document. And if you unpublish, I believe it's fine, because once it's unpublished on Amazon, when you re-upload it, there'll be a note on it to say previously published as Frances June, which is my old pen name, and that will also be in the book on the legal page, is that it was previously published under Frances June. And I believe that's fine. If anybody's listening to this, it's not too late to tell me that's wrong. Feel free. send me a message and tell me, don't do that. Because if I can update the current thing, cool. No problem. I don't mind either way. I think it'd be more fun to republish them as...
But you'll lose your reviews, or you can ask Amazon to port the reviews over?
I could ask them. I don't have many. There's literally a few reviews in the first book, and then no one left reviews for the second and third, because I just didn't have...
But then,
I didn't have the machine. I just didn't have that. I wasn't, when I released those books, I wasn't doing everything that I'm doing now. So
but I mean, then you get to have it big releases if it's a brand new series.
Yes. So that's that's kind of why as well. I want to put the first book on NetGalley and get ARC readers for it, and make it a little bit more exciting and get it a little bit of a splash going for it. Not I'm fine. I don't think I'll have enough time and energy to do as much as I'm doing for my current Dark Academia series, but maybe I will. I've not really thought that far ahead. It'll just be vibes, how excited I'm feeling for it.
When we're thinking about far ahead, when are you sort of thinking about publishing it?
So the first book will be April, which means that I've got March.
That's very soon.
I know. So it means I've got March to to throw an arc up on NetGalley and drum up a bit of excitement, but like I could.
That means you need everything ready basically the next month.
Just for the first book, yeah, and I think that's okay because I'm basically there. I can put a temporary cover on for an arc, like I can do an arc cover, whatever.
But then I think on NetGalley you want to have a real cover because you want those people to definitely go and like put reviews in the real book.
I'm assuming that
like,
it'll come through. Yeah.
Like, why April?
It's basically because I wanted to split up the releases so that I've got something being released this year every couple of months, in hopes that that will help my other releases and show Amazon that my account is exciting. So, but like again, I'm not really fixed to it because before I was looking at stuff yesterday, I thought maybe I can just do one at the end of like March, and then I'll do bang 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 March, April, May, and just bash them out. So yeah, I'm not.
There's a lot of like.
I'm not attached to stuff. I'm not attached to my process right now because
there's a lot of super casual language, like just throw an arc on NetGalley, bash these out. Like these are like basically as if you'd written 3 new books. You've got 3 new books to release under your new pen name, and like say you had just written these and nothing had ever happened with them. Like, would you be like, yeah, I'll just chuck that out?
No. But I'm just having that kind of language to myself, so I'm not feeling overwhelmed with the fact that I'm going to re-release 3 books.
Yeah.
I'm self-soothing with my language. Because I could wait till... my next book release for my Dark Academia series is the end of June. So I did want to get at least one of the books out before then, just to have something in the interim. I don't have to release them. I don't have to release the first one in April. It could be May. I'm not sold on dates. I've got dates in my head so that I'm working towards something. Yeah.
If you had just written these and you were like, this is such a good new series, like this series is going to make like such a splash, would you in February decide to release it in April?
I don't know why I wouldn't.
I mean, just thinking like your previous series, you spent months and months like prepping for it and like getting your socials ready and kind of like really making sure you're talking about it a lot. It's like, what's feeling different about this series?
I don't know, other than just like that's how my brain's working. I think it's because I assume that I will just start posting about it on social media. Like I'm really struggling at the moment anyway to really know where my readers are coming from. So I think because I don't have a full understanding of that, of where my readers are, and like I don't have a loyal readership. I feel more casual about it because right now I'm like, I don't know what like where my readers are coming from. And I'm currently doing tests and stuff. Like I'm doing ads at the moment, which is to test my audience. And I'm still just waiting for that information to like trickle through of this is who you should be targeting. Like this is the audience that you're going for. So I think because I don't really have like people desperately waiting for any of my books at the moment. That's why it feels like far more casual. But in it, like the way that I see it is like a good way, because I'm currently in a phase in my career where I don't really have to panic about meeting people's expectations because nobody really knows what they're expecting from me right now. And in a way, I just kind of want to get them out so that my backlist looks a bit better on my current pen name, and I can incorporate these books into my general ongoing marketing, social media presence. Because at the moment, I'm not talking about them really at all because, like I said, it's really difficult to send people to a book where the name's not mine. Yeah. So that's kind of think why I'm kind of being kind of a bit casual about my commitment to the like a big splash and stuff, is that I just want to get them out so that I've got them there to work with going forwards. Yeah.
And I think it's interesting, like imagining what other authors are doing in the same situation where they had like, oh, I've got an old series, I'm bringing it from a pen name and I'm going to re-release under this pen name. And, for some people that would be like an enormous marketing campaign. And it just feels really hard. Like I'm definitely, feel the same way about like other books in my backlist. Or just like, well, people aren't buying my current series. So like, what, who's going to buy my new series? Like, what is the like, again, like we talked about before, like there's like the levers to pull. So it's like I put the book out, and like say I put the book out with a plan for 6 months. What difference is that for compared to 2 months? I think I feel a bit different to that now. I think I'm better. I get like consistent sales every month. Again, I don't massively know where they come from, but just like some things I do on purpose, but I know there are other sales just coming in. There's like I don't know where they just like organic sales. So it does feel like if I had an old series to bring in, I might think about. I mean, I think as well, like. So, for example, I've got a friend at the moment who is just starting a new series, and she's releasing 2 books quite close together and pricing them both at 99 cents. And then the third book is coming out later at full price. And then once the third book is closer, the first 2 books can go to full price as well. And the only reason she's doing that is just to build, like, get readers into the series and to like place high in the charts, which she's done very well. The first book has come out already. And that's a strategy, right? That's a strategy that she can do because she's got readers who want to read those books, and she can advertise and she can do that. But I think some of your language sounds like you've got no strategy, and you're sort of maybe missing a chance to test a strategy at least. Because like obviously she's made that strategy based around what she already has. Like she's like, I can run ads and I can sell to my existing readership, and my goal is to get high ranking, to get many people into the series. To transition from my existing series to this new series, to the second series. And I think when you've got not many levers to pull, it can just feel like, I guess I'll just put a book out. And I've definitely like felt that way. But could you see this as a way to be like, I'm going to test a tactic? Like that's what I'm going to do, is some sort of tactic of like cheap pre-order or release 2 books close together, or like it just sounds like you wanted to get it out of the way to get it done. And then
I in my mind the tactic is to release them pretty close together, like a few months or a couple of months in between, which I've never done before. So the whole series will be out by the end of the year. So it will be hopefully a snowball effect where it's like, oh, this book's out, like the series is complete, buy it. So there is kind of a tactic there. I haven't really thought about pricing tactics.
But then why not put all 3 out at once? Like why spread them out? Because it's not like you're going to do a marketing campaign around them.
Yeah, I don't know whether like all at once feels good to me. I like the idea of being able to tease and use socials and stuff to draw it out a little bit more, and to be able to continue to talk about the series and over a longer period of time. Because I think for me, I know if I just release them all in one go, the excitement will fizzle out and I'll just do what I did before and not talk about them again, because they'll just be there and I'll forget that I need to keep talking about them. So it's more like if I release them over a few months, or like 5-ish months or 6 months, I will still be in it, because I know if I'm not doing stuff consistently for it, I will my own enjoyment of it will fizzle out. I need to be in it. So if I release them all like on one day or within a couple of months, I don't think I'll do the best job of talking about them.
Yeah.
Like going forwards.
Yeah.
So
have you thought about something like, because they're going to be fast together, so like you could have sell book 1 with the hope people would definitely pre-order 2 and 3 quite quickly. Yeah. The person that I know who's doing the 99 cents book 1s and 2s did a BookBub new release for less, which is I think a couple $100. And I think a lot of people have said they've tried it and didn't get money, like didn't make their money back on that book. But I think if you're doing it as a tactic to like, if you've got close releases together and you want to get people into new series, I think it's worth looking into. Because I think because your current tactic on your current series, the Dark Academia series, is like very socials heavy, and like that fits in with your genre, if you for YA. and you're already trying that. So like you already get the experiment, like the experiment for that and the data for that. So like, can you think of something that's kind of cheap and quick and easy to try on this one? So at least you're getting to learn something from this release, which is like basically a free to you release because you've already got these books available. So it could be, and you've already tried NetGalley, you've already got relatively close releases, you know, compared to previously. So yeah, what's a new thing you can be learning from this? It's not just going to feel like I'm just putting them out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I
Like,
told
I
you it's
don't
a
know.
bullying episode, and you're like,
Yeah.
I think it's not a bullying episode. Like, I think
there's
it will be.
no bullying today. Because I don't really know like tactics. I don't know what other people do. I only know what I've done in the past, and I don't know like what else I could do. Like, I could release the first one for 99p, and see how that goes.
I guess,
but that feels.
what's your biggest goal with this? Like, because I think that's where maybe what we're not hearing at the moment is like, what do you want with this? Because you could just leave these books under your old pen name and no one reads them, and like leave them there. Maybe someone picks them up occasionally, whatever. But like, is your goal that you're wanting to build? So you're saying you wanted to build your backlist, basically, but like to what end?
Yeah, to have a consistent like presence for the genre that I'm writing in now, which is definitely more like just young adult fantasy, dark fantasy, and like my monsters, myths, and magic like brand that I want. So it's to add to my brand, to add to what people can expect from me, and to see that I have like legitimate, like that I've got books. Because right now it looks like I'm a new writer because I'm only talking about
Just
one
like
book.
to build authority with the readers.
Yes.
Okay, just like build confidence with readers, so in order that they buy more books, or in order that they read you, which might be two different things. Like, are you wanting to become more of a brand, more of a name yourself? So you want to give a lot of books away cheap and free? Because you've got basically 3 free books. Like, do you want to just give them away as a way to build like more brand awareness, or are you looking for more sales? I think at the moment you're sort of in the middle.
Yeah, I think I am in the middle. I don't like the idea of giving books away for free because to me it feels like, why should I, when I've been doing this for 10 years, be giving stuff away for free?
But you would if it aligned with your goals. Like, if your goal is saying like, oh, I really haven't been building a readership enough. Like, you've only just got a reader magnet out. Your release schedule, because your genre is relatively slow, and you know, and it is in that genre in general, because the books are big. So you're maybe not well known enough as you should be in 10 years. And like, one way to get more well known is just get your books in the hands of more readers. I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. I'm saying like, think about why you're not doing this. If you're not doing it on purpose, think about why you're not doing it. Because if your goal is to build authority and like being more known, but you also want people to bet on an unknown and spend, and in your genre books are expensive because they're big, so spend $6 on a book from someone they don't know, but you think they should know you, therefore you're not going to give me a book.
Yeah, I mean, I do have the intention of putting up my prequels for cheap downloads, which will at least get hopefully people through the door to want to just take a chance on something. But yeah, I guess I could think about like whether I would price them for less just to get more attention on the books. But I definitely want people to... Yeah, I think that's probably it. It's like I want people to see me more as an authority. And that's... Yeah, like I hadn't really thought about to think about what my overall goal is, other than the fact that I just don't want those books to be lost in space.
Yeah. But I think a lot of your like ideas around this are very feeling based.
Yes.
And even moving the books under this pen name is feelings based, rather than like it's a great business decision. You have free books, like free content for this new pen name that no one's ever heard of under this pen name. So it's like if Coca-Cola just opened a mine and inside was like a brand new blueberry soda that like was the world's best drink, and they're like, oh my goodness, guys, look out. Like, they just release this straight away into the shops. They don't have to do any R&D, no branding, is all there. It's just in a cave. Like, they wouldn't be like, you know, cool, we don't want this to waste in a cave. They were like, no, here's millions of pounds for us. And yeah, I think I would like it would be useful, I think, for you to like do this as a business exercise and think, how am I going to make best use of this as a business? Like, what would Coca-Cola do with their cave full of blueberry sodas?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why there'd be blueberry sodas in a cave.
I don't know, but it sounds good.
Right? Because I'm wearing blue today. I feel like I look a bit like I'm going to turn into a blueberry. I've got a bit of Willy Wonka about me today.
I actually, just to segue for 1 second, I saw a blueberry drink I went to Booths, which is a very high class supermarket around here.
Check you out.
Yeah, and I was looking at their like health/vegan section, and they had blueberry juice, but I think it was like a cordial, and it was about £9. It was like £9 for a 250ml bottle of something really small. And
Probably buy that. I love blueberry.
No, it was extortionate, and I walked away. But that's my little side story about blueberry juice.
Yeah, but yeah, so there's no date on which these books have to be released. So it's like you have been given a cave full of blueberry, like fizzy drinks.
Yes.
When and how would Coca-Cola release that now? No, it's February, it's freezing. Nobody wants blueberry drink in February. It's a hard time of the year in which to release new content and like new drinks. I'm guessing no one's got any money in February. So they wouldn't choose to release it now, even though they found this free cave of blueberry drinks and it's got an expiry date on it. So they're like, the clock is ticking. But they would be like, we're going to make a big thing of this in spring. It's a springy drink. Like, we'll build a whole marketing campaign around it. Like, they would only do it as a business decision. And you're only doing it as a feeling decision right now.
Yeah.
But you've got, like, a free cave of soda. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, I think because I thought if I've got the books and it's not going to take me that long to prep them to release, then, like, releasing them throughout, like, spread them over the year is something that Amazon would like. Like, it will do good for my Amazon, like, algorithm, I suppose. Like, that's how I assume it works.
I don't think it does as much as like other things you would do on purpose.
Yeah, because I could put them off till like summer because the books are set over summer, and it could be like a fun summer extravaganza.
Yeah, and you could do them like a month apart if you wanted to build up a lot of buzz around them, and you felt like you could do that. But then, are you going to be too busy like writing and marketing other books? You think at the moment you're just going to drop them, and they're just going to be just a dropped thing in this pen name, rather than a dropped thing in a different pen name.
Yeah,
and that I feel disappointing because they're really good books, and like you really, they're good, and people aren't finding them at the moment. So how are you going to make people find them? And I'm definitely like, I'm not a good person with backlists. Like, when something's done, I'm like, that's it. It no longer exists in the future, therefore it's gone to me. But this is not a past thing, even though you like your whole writing strategy is based on past things. You've written like 7 million books already that all you have to do is edit them. And so do you imagine this had just gone off the hard drive? What would you do with it? And essentially just think of it like that. How would you get it out there? And the reason why you're bringing it under this pen name isn't just because it exists, it's because it fits well with this pen name. And like people who read your Dark Academia series will also like this. Like, it's got a lot of the same hooks about like female bonds and like fighting against the odds. And it's just has a slightly different setting. So this is like a way to add to your brand rather than just like slip something in without noticing.
Yeah, that's true. I would be excited to not release them straight away, like in like April or March or whatever I'd said, because it would be less stressful.
I think as well, like a lot of people would say like, oh, just they're assets, you have them on your hard drive, like just release them, get them out there, be making money. But it's like, but at the moment, how much money would that be? Right. And I'm speaking as someone who has like a backlist series that I never think with it makes next to nothing because it's not well to market. And it's like, if you don't advertise a book and you do anything with it, the amount it is nothing. So it's not like, oh, rush it out there to make another £5 a month. Like, no, you could at least you should be testing a tactic and like thinking, and saying, okay, and it could be a crazy tactic. It could be like, okay, I want to be like a 7-figure author, like someone in my genre who's really big. I'm going to follow their release model and see if it works for me. And it might not, right? They might be ludicrous, but like at least you're picking a thing and running an experiment rather than doing the same as you're doing now. And I think you want to give your business that opportunity. Yeah,
because I don't want to just. April. Yeah, but like you say, like I am just doing the stuff that I already know how to do because that's the only thing that I can do. I can't do the stuff I don't know. And that's why I like having these conversations. Although I know people listening will think like I'm being bullied badly. It's not. I'm not taking this as bad bullying. This is like good bullying because
also I can understand this. Like I have felt this when I've done the same
Yes.
thing. Like my second series very much like I just added it because like, oh, I need more backlist. Like, but I didn't do anything with it. I didn't learn anything from it.
Like I guess like my problem for my whole career is that I just have put out books to put them out because I've written them and then I put them out, and that's the process. Like that's the old Sam logic of I'm doing this for a hobby, I'm just putting books out. And I haven't yet figured it out, or it's not my immediate, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't think in terms of business. It's not a way that my brain thinks. Like to think as a business and make business decisions is new Sam. That's like the Sam that's not tested it enough for it to become ingrained in my whole being. So I need to have like these prompts of you've got to pick a tactic and you've got to not just do things because that's how you've done them before, but how could you change what you're doing and have that be beneficial, like have it actually benefit the thing that you're trying to do. So I like
think before you do is learn a tactic that doesn't work. Like there's another tactic I know that doesn't like suddenly make me a millionaire overnight. Good to know.
Yeah, because my whole business model so far has just been slow and steady, just like a couple of books a year, and like that's how because that's all I can fit in my schedule right now. Anyway, it's like I don't have the time to do more books because I've got a full-time job, so I'm only currently doing what I can do. But if this was a year where if I was doing this full time and 5 books a year, I can't do maths. 5 books a year was my like usual thing. Like, how would I do that? Like, what would that look like? And like try and think more.
Well, maybe you don't need 5 books this year. Maybe you do like 2 at the end of this year and then 1 in the new year. Maybe say that, or maybe you can push back one of your other books. But like, there's loads of options. Because I think you're saying 2 books a year is slow and steady, but like they're 2 big books. 2 books a year is not particularly off pace in your genre. And I think slow and steady, the content of it just feels not scary, because there are many people who release 1 or 2 books a year and make enormous amounts of money because like they are just incredibly business focused. And I think it feels like you've been given an opportunity to do something businessy, but you're like staying small on purpose.
Yes, I
not
agree.
On purpose, but as in your brain is making you stay small.
Yes, because I'm just thinking how I've always thought, and I haven't practiced thinking big. Or because I like to follow what other people do. I'm not a leader, and I'm fine to accept. I don't care if that makes me sound like small. Like I don't like leading the way on a lot of stuff, and the way that I learn is by watching other people do something, and then I internalize it, and then I can do that for like forever. So I maybe need to look at other people, I think, as well, because before I decided to re-release these books, I'd already decided what I was releasing this year, and I have a stuck in the mud mentality. When I've decided something, I don't want to change the decision. So my decision right now for my like current release schedule is I've got a book coming out in June, and I've got a book coming out in September or October. I think I was going to go for October. And those 2 things seem like immovable objects, and everything else I'm doing now is around those things. Like I'm trying to skirt around and add into something that I've already decided, which maybe isn't the right like decision. Maybe I need to not release the book in October that I was going to release and do that and like completely change my whole scheduling. That's not how my brain works, but that maybe is what I should be thinking about.
Or you do release in October, and then you say, actually, these 3 books are next year's book, and you spend next year trying to get ahead, because you've said for a while, like, oh, you want to kind of play with the idea of taking some time off, and getting other things in order. So it's like, I think you've got this idea of like, I have definitely got a book in summer and a book in autumn, and here are 3 more books, so they fit around those. Like, you're on autopilot.
Yes, I am on autopilot. I think if I were to release them next year instead, which would be fun, because I could do the whole shebang of like treat them like completely new releases, and
Mm.
as though I haven't just moved them over to a new pen name, then that
Yeah.
would be a really interesting year to do, because I have been toying with just next year just working on audience building instead of
Yeah.
releasing. But I
Yeah.
didn't like the idea of not releasing at the same time, so
Yeah.
it would actually tick two
Rather than
boxes.
5 then 0, you could do
Yeah.
2 then 3.
Yeah.
Because also I think you don't want to put off
Listen.
Booktober, because like in
My
this
brain
series,
doesn't work normally.
because I think you want to get these 3 books out because then you can advertise them, right? And have a
Yeah.
better chance of
Yeah.
making money back on the 3 books. Like if you've only got 2 and you're only missing 1 a year, that's 3 years before you're really likely to make money back on the books.
Yeah.
So like like there's no right answer here.
I
There is
guess
only
there is
like
no, yeah.
things there's things you can experiment with, and like
Yes.
what you're going to experiment with, and like
Mm-hmm.
what your ads budget is, and like various things. So like, but I think you're not giving yourself the opportunity to think about these things
Mm-hmm.
as opportunities.
I'm seeing them as obligations. Like I have an obligation to move these books over, and that is
You're
doing
like
them
it's
and
like Miss
me.
Coca-Cola opens the cave and it's like, oh, more soda.
Yeah.
Wow, I want to sell more.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is have more soda. I've got bags
Yeah.
full of the stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm not seeing them for. Maybe that's it. Like I'm not seeing these books for what they are, which is an opportunity to do something different.
Yeah.
Which is like
That's so exciting. I feel
crazy.
excited.
I know. Yeah, like that's like I hate the fact that I have to have these realizations recorded. It's like this is why everyone needs to start having conversations, like start a mastermind and record it and then put it out there for the world to listen to, because it's insane that I hadn't even considered that, like that crazy. And other people, like you might be listening to this and thinking like, Sam, that's like the obvious thing. But I don't think about the future, and I can't think about the future. So every decision I make is just a guess at what the future could be, because there's like
also,
infinite.
You've got a job, right? You've got like a full-time job and you're doing this on the side. So like it's amazing like that we can write books in that situation. And then when you're given a chance to you're given something where you're like, okay, I need to add something to this, your brain is like, let me find the easiest way to do it. And the easiest way to do it is to do what you've always done, right? So it's like, of course your brain said that. Of course your brain said like fit these 3 in around these 2. Like that's not stupid. And I think these conversations are good. And I think it is interesting. Like I would also never do that. I would never be able to sit back, and think like, okay, I've got something completely different on my hands. Let me reopen every possible opportunity that exists on Earth and examine those, and then consider them with my brain, with no one to bounce off, just myself, and then find the right answer. But like, you know what actually I'd rather do is like just do what I've always done and go and eat my dinner. And like I think having these weekly conversations, we know each other so well that I can ask questions and be like,
What
from
you're
the
not
questions.
thinking.
But like from the questions I can hear the words that come up again and again, like the words that sound like I'm just throwing them out there. It's all feelings based, right? And it's just been like, it sounds like you're trying to get it out of the way. And knowing that your end goal is you want to make a business out of this, you kept pushing back on the idea of like doing anything from a business position. You were just like, oh, I just don't want the books to get lost and get forgotten, and like I'll just put them out there and then I'll have more backlists. But like, to what end? And that's so hard to think about by yourself, because like you're busy and life is hard.
Yes, this is very true. Life is very busy and very hard. I just it does feel like a big epiphany, but also like a scary. Obviously I'm not making a decision right now, but this conversation has given me so much to think about, and has opened a window where I didn't realize there was a window of opportunity. And like that would be so much fun to do it, like to spend the next year drumming up interest and teasing what the next story is that's coming, and take so much off my plate in terms of like just like immediate work that needs to be done, because I already have so much work that I'm doing. I'm currently editing a book, and then I need to immediately start writing another book, which will immediately need editing. Sometimes I really don't know what I'm doing.
right? And like, how would we? It's not like you've done this before. It's not like you've gone to university for this or had experience in another company. Like, you're just one person. You only get to see one person's business, and that's the one you're already in, which is not helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my epiphany kind of in this area recently, it's not similar at all, but like it is along the same lines where I'm very prone to just being like, whatever's in the past is in the past and it's done. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm just going to keep moving forwards. As I mentioned, I'm using the novel publicity marketing program where they run your ads for you, and in no way is it like a natural financial decision. It's not like, oh, my ads are making so much money and I was so busy running all these different ads that I need someone to take up my hands. I'm going from the opposite perspective of it was so emotionally draining for me, like having to persist with something that I find very emotionally difficult, that I just kept stopping. Because I can't do both things at once. I can't. And I could have done the ads if I'd stopped writing properly. In fact, I think that's probably what I've had to do. But like this week has been a good eye opener of I've been working really hard writing a book, and also my ads have started to like, oh, they're really, up and down a bit, and I feel a bit anxious about should they be turned off. But like, it's not my job to decide that. I'm paying someone to decide that. So all I had to do this week when I had like a bit of a wobble was like, actually, I'm paying them a good amount of money for this. I emailed and asked them, I was like, oh, just looking at this, can you tell me your process of like plans for the figures going forward? And I'm not going to do that every week, obviously, but I just wanted to have that sense of like, how are they thinking about this in a way that's different to how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, because you're still trying to build trust with them, like to figure out whether.
I'm really
like
much trying to build trust in myself, because I actually think they're fine. Like, I've got friends.
But you need to know. Yeah, you need to know, like, that you can trust them. From your non-trustworthy person to their trustworthiness. So it's like you have to have the positive experience of them saying it's fine, and then you being able to say, okay.
Yeah. I think I want to get to a stage where I absolutely never even think about it. I never even think, gosh, it's a worrying number. I just think they know what they're doing. Good on them. Yeah. So I'm running this, and as part of I'm on the lowest package. As part of the lowest package, you can have 3 campaigns, and that's 3 books basically. And when I first started talking to them, I was like, oh, I'll just run for my current series. That's like a book a series I wrote to market on purpose. I've now got 6 books. 7 is coming out in April, and I'm planning to have 8, 9, and then novella 10, I think, is a possible out this year. So it'll be a long enough series to definitely earn out on ads. And they're short books, so actually they need to have a few books more than you would imagine to earn out on ads. So I'll get them to do that. And I was like, well, the biggest part of the cost is actually having them do the running of the ads rather than the actual ads themselves at the moment. So why don't I have them run ads on a second series, at least as well, to give us like a comparison and see how, we can decide like, oh, is it the books problem? Is it the conversions? Like, what are the numbers looking like? So I also said, oh, can you run them on my first series? And it's selling really well. It's like selling better than my new series. And part of that is because I don't advertise my old series at all. Like, no one's ever seen it. And I never talk about it or do anything with it. So it's like, I'm sure it's like existing readers who are like, oh my goodness, a whole series. And a lot of people have bought the whole series all at once. Like, you can see a whole series sell in one day. So I imagine it's part of why it's done so well at the beginning. But it has been such an eye-opener of like, oh, in my head, like, they totally don't exist anymore, because I don't think they're as good as my current series. They're not as to market. Even like the blurb isn't as interesting. I've run the novel publicity marketing to manuscript marketing report. It doesn't sound as gripping that book. I was like, I know it because it's fine. Like, the series is fine, but it's not as saleable, but selling really well. And I was like, oh, I need to not just like think of things in the past as being gone. So it's not like I'm gonna relaunch that series, but like, I have recovered that series a couple of times, and the most recent recover I just did book 1 as a test to see how the ads would work, and then I didn't even do the paperback in that new cover, and the new cover is lovely. It's by my cover designer who I adore. I was like, what I need to do is go back and redo all the covers in the series in this style. It's not expensive because the design is not super expensive, and it's just a whole series redo. It just needs doing. And I was like, oh, I should do that. And the books aren't like, I shouldn't write the books off just because they haven't like done super well out the gate. Maybe they're a slow burn, and maybe actually I should go back and I didn't finish an arc like in the background that I didn't finish that actually needs one more book to finish. I was like, I could write one more book in the series. I just didn't. I just stopped. It's not like I finished anything. I just walked away and did something else. Yeah. And then I feel bad about that.
It's funny because you kind of finish a series and it doesn't get picked up. Like people just don't seem interested in it. I'm not saying it's bad or that people wouldn't enjoy it, but you just assume that people aren't going to be interested in it. So you tell yourself that it's not worth reinvesting. It's not worth going back and like finishing those covers, and your brain demotes the idea of it to like literally bottom rung, like maybe one day I'll do this. But it's that again isn't a good business decision. That's just like an emotional decision of being like, nah, I don't want to I don't want to face the idea of this. Like to look at it again is to invest more time that you don't have into it. But if you were Coca-Cola and you found a crate of original recipe Coca-Colas in a back closet, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'll just throw them out. You'd look at them and think, if I dust these off, I can sell these as vintage. People want this. Yeah, like vintage bottles of Coca-Cola that I could like sell, and there would be a market for it. But you just haven't brand it.
Like I think it's such an economically tricky time at the moment. Like so many shops are like bringing back old brands. Like I keep seeing adverts for it, and it's like maybe I should bring these back as like brought back from the pandemic, basically when I wrote the series. But yeah, I think that it is an epiphany for both of us of being like just not. And it sounds ludicrous. It sounds so stupid. But like, you have so much energy. And like, if you're trying to write and market, if I was only marketing, of course I wouldn't just leave old books. Of course I'd be marketing the old books. But like, I've got to write the books as well. Yeah. I am also that person. Yeah. Yeah. And if my head is in my new series, because I'm writing the new series, like that's where the advertising goes as well.
Yeah. Yes, because it feels dumb to spend money on something where you're not fully committed to it anymore. It's like a past boyfriend.
And I know nobody read it in the first place, but part of it was I was bad at ads at the time. So it's like I was bad at ads, and I couldn't tell if I was bad at ads or bad at writing. So I was like, never mind, I'll just move on. And if the writing got better and the ads got better, but then I'm not applying that new skill to, not necessarily my own ad skills, but like I am paying someone to do the ads now. That's a skill, is like deciding to do that.
But we are better at talking about our books now. That's the difference, is actually we've got to the point now where we're so comfortable talking about our current books that I haven't been able to bring myself to talk about my past books like that, because it feels like past Sam is attached to them, current Sam isn't attached to them. Like the person that can talk about books and talk about the hooks and like all the fun stuff that you say to get people excited about your books doesn't feel, that person doesn't feel connected to those other books. Even though like I did the novel publicity marketing thing for my first werewolf book, and it's so good, and I read it and I think like this is such a good book and it's so marketable, but I just have never haven't been able to,
I would say, maybe
attach myself to it.
I think it's something to think about, is like maybe get new covers, like completely new covers, like totally to market, ignore the old covers, even though they're great. They can be special editions. Obviously this is a cost, so this is change on that side, but like if you got brand new covers, they'd be brand new books, and like you would only see them as something new. You could even change the titles.
Yes, I was thinking about changing maybe not the titles, but the series name or something could be better, because it's like just there. It's just like a generic, like just what I called it when I was writing it. So I think that I need to revisit my drawing board of business. That's what people have. That's what people use. The drawing board of business. I need to go back to the drawing board of business and hash out some bigger ideas, I think. But what I am excited to say is that the actual task, the manual physical task of rebranding hasn't been as bad as I thought. There's like stuff like finding the documents and moving them around and like creating an actual new book hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be. But it's the rest of it that I didn't look at, which is the worst part, which is always the way.
But now you have, so
but now I feel actually like it feels better to think bigger, because it feels like there's more opportunity. So
I think so.
That was good bullying, and I didn't think I needed bullying, but actually when I think I don't need bullying, that's when I need it the most.
Yeah. I think opportunity rather than burden. It does feel like that is the key for getting this book somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree, and I'm very excited to relook at what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, fantastic. And a long episode because it was
I know.
lots of bullying. But I'm happy about it. I'm very happy.
Good. It's you to wrap us up, by the way. I think you're looking at me like I'm going to wrap us up as you.
I'm going to wrap this up. So, thank you very much for listening. Next week, we're reflecting on the very first retreat that we're calling our workshop, really, but this one's currently branded as a retreat. So we're reflecting on the very first retreat that we've run. It starts the day after this episode goes out, and hopefully you are feeling good about this. Like, how are you feeling?
I feel really excited about it. Do I feel excited about it? I think I've got a lot of feelings about it. As in, like, I think it's just going to be. It just feels like a good thing. Like, it's not like I feel like, oh, trepidatious or it's going to be fun. I just like it's going to be a thing that we do that's going to be great because it's like I think we've designed it to be exactly like the podcast. So
Yes.
we've created huge workbooks, and what we want people to do is like pick the things that they think are correct for them. Like Sam today picked, like, oh, I am rebranding a series, then pull together your own ideas on this, and then some group discussion that might be like, why do you think that doesn't seem to align with what you've told us about your business? And so and I think I want to just carry on this podcast conversation, and I never feel like in any way trepidatious or enthusiastic about this podcast. I just feel like this is exactly what I need, so I think it's going to be great, and I think I'm just going to go into it feeling really chill, and it's going to be fun.
Okay, that's good for you. That's not how I feel, but
I do think I'm cheating because I've literally got like
yes.
over a decade of education experience. I've done this professionally.
This is your thing. Whereas for me, I feel like I'm going to this as a student who goes to a lecture and is scared that they're going to get called on, even though I obviously have all the skills that I need. And like it's not like I am without experience of talking in front of people and running like training sessions and stuff, because that's what I kind of do with my day job. Like I train people and I help people with stuff, but I just don't know what to expect. And when I can't imagine the experience, I feel the anxiety towards it. But I'm relaxed in the fact that you are the person, and for everybody who's joining us, just know that I will be awkward, but I'll also be cool about it. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about yourselves.
It is really interesting because like having in my previous job, like a lot of what I did was get like dropped in the deep end of like running various sorts of sessions with like people who I had no business running sessions for them. Like they knew a lot more about the topic, or they were really professional. I was like, I didn't know who they were, and just like I feel now like you could drop me in like having to teach an astrophysics class at like Harvard, and I'd be like, probably just figure that out. Probably figure out some way to make that fine, and like that is just like a lot of trial by fire work. So I think it should be fine.
I know. I am looking forward to it. It is the anxious feeling, the anxiety is excitement in disguise.
I obviously will feel anxious on the day, but like I think it's helped by like it's everyone that we know, so it's people with Discord.
I know. It's not like it's not like it's strangers. All our friends. I'm looking forward to it very much so.
Yes,
I think we should wrap this up because it's been a long episode.
I know.
I didn't think it was going to be a long episode. I thought this would be so fast.
More
for me. But thank you, thank you for tuning in. I know you've got to get out of here. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. You should join us on Discord because it's like lots of fun happens over there, and it's where the cool kids hang out. You can send us some money if you feel like you want to support this rambling, bullying podcast. So you can head over to Coffee, which is linked in our show notes. And that's basically it. We have to go. Matilda has places to be. She's got a train to catch. So thank you very much.
Right.
Talk to you later. Goodbye.
You've been listening to Pen to Paycheck Authors.
Stay tuned for our next episode. And don't forget to subscribe to learn how to write your way to financial success.